Kenny Pickett, the first name.
Oh.
Are we hopping on the Kenny Pickett band? Not the Steelers.
Jack's off.
Not the Steelers, because
I'm
we know that's a really light schedule. We've gone over them a few times. Check out some of the videos we've had. I, of course, had my complete 180 on the Steelers going into next season, but Kenny Pickett individually.
You're in your black and yellow today.
I am, yeah. Maybe it's a sign. There were a lot of ups and downs for him last year. And this offseason, Pittsburgh does a great job bringing in some help with the left side of the offensive line and free agency and the drafts. But last year, let's take a look at this. Kenny Pickett starts the season off 1-4. And that's if you include the Jets game where he came in for Mitch Trubisky. In those first 5 games, 2 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Philly, Buffalo on the road.
And that's exactly a great point. In Miami on the road, too. They did beat Tampa Bay and Tom Brady.
2-8.
But 2-8, not good. Like, it wasn't a good start. We watched that Miami game together, and it was ugly. You would have won the game if not for.
I mean, I thought that he played, believe it or not, pretty well in that game as a whole.
Was that the game where Tua had 3? Who had? I thought someone had 3.
No, Tua should have had like 4 picks. We dropped them all.
You dropped. Yeah.
Pickett had 2 picks, but he drove us down the field late twice, and then the rookie mistakes came out.
But anyway, 5 games, a lot of interceptions. It's tough to adjust in the NFL. The final 7 games he played, though, I'm going to leave out the home game against Baltimore when he got injured and Trubisky came in. 6-1, 6 total touchdowns, 5 in the air, 1 on the ground, only 1 interception, 2 game-winning drives. He had 4 total. I think he had 4 total, but he had 2 touchdowns or 2 game-winning drives in the final 2 games of the year. I believe it was
against the Raiders and at Baltimore.
Maybe week 16, 17, 2 of the final 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 of the final 3 weeks.
He had game-winning drives, and he finished 8th overall in QBR. So the first 5 versus the final 7 games he played, totally different Steelers team. Again, a lighter schedule down the final stretch. But you saw a different Kenny Pickett. You saw a more confident Kenny Pickett, and you saw someone who was a little bit more aggressive too. So I'm going to say, I'll lead off, I am cautiously on the Kenny Pickett bandwagon. I think that he's going to have a solid season. I don't see a Jalen Hurts-esque leap, because then we're talking about an MVP essentially. But I think that you're going to look at someone at the end of this year and say, he's definitely a top 16 quarterback in the league and probably fits in that like 12 to 16 range, maybe like 13 or 14.
That was such a cop-out answer, by the way.
What do you mean?
We're asking the question, are you on the train or are you not? I'm
All
kind
right,
of on the
fine,
train.
fine.
Are you on the train or not on the train?
All right, fine. That's why Zach's good at what he does. Fine. I will say I am on the Kenny Pickett bandwagon for this season. I am officially on the bandwagon.
There we go. That's the answer we want to hear.
Welcome aboard, baby. That makes 2 of us. I was on the bandwagon the day he was drafted. And
You were on the bandwagon in college.
I was on the bandwagon in college.
Yeah.
And I am 1,000% on. It's the way that he finished the season. You're going to come into a team who's 1-4. You're a rookie. Your first NFL snaps. It's going to be tough, of course. Like you said, 2 game-winning drives late in meaningful, crucial, playoff-like scenario games. He was just down the field against Oakland, wins the game. On the road in Baltimore, in a game we lose, we're out.
You needed that game, yep.
Yeah, in a game we lose, we're out. On the road in a primetime spot, he takes us down the field, 80 yards, throws a touchdown pass to win the game.
The stats were great. On the 2 drives, he was like 6 for 7 and 7 for 9 or something. Under a minute left in each game. It was awesome.
Like I saw flashes from Pickett for a 23, 24-year-old kid last year where I could tell this guy is going to be a very good quarterback. He's got some weapons. The offense is pretty decent. I think it's a team who can win 11 games. I think he's going to be very good. And like we said, in Miami, right? Like we saw growing pains. Like he had those, and of course you're going to see it.
Yeah.
But he led us down the field against a good Dolphins team again on the road.
You could have won that
twice in the final 5 minutes. Could have won it through a pick in the end zone, didn't. But I love what I saw rookie year. I think he's only going to get better. I'm super big on the bandwagon.
I gotta tell you, I'm not on the Kenny Pickett bandwagon, but that's
$1.
only because let me finish. I'm on the Najee Harris bandwagon.
What the hell?
You look at what the Steelers team has done in the offseason. They have added a lot of meat to that team's bones, right? They got Broderick Jones out of Tennessee. They got Darnell Washington out of Georgia, that huge tight end. He calls himself the 6th lineman. One acquisition I haven't seen people talking about a lot, Isaac Sumalo. He was like one of the big guards.
Yep. From Philly.
Yeah, but I think that this team's identity is going to go towards a lot of running. The things that made the offense successful in the second half of the season was that they found a run game, right? They were able to bring in Najee Harris. They were able to convert a lot of those third downs that made them struggle earlier in the season. So I don't think Kenny Pickett's going to be asked to do as much this year as he was last year. And I think that's going to be good for the Steelers. I worry a lot about Matt Canada. Steelers fans have been on and off of him for a while, mostly off. But I don't think that if we're expecting Kenny Pickett to establish himself as a dominant QB and put up big numbers, I just don't think that's going to happen because I don't think that's how this team wants to operate. I think they want to be run first, second, and third, and then have Kenny Pickett tossing short passes to whoever's in the slot to make up the difference.
So then I guess it comes down to you're defining the bandwagon as being a top 12 quarterback.
Well, listen to what Jack said, right? He made it seem like Kenny Pickett's going to be carrying this team to victory week in, week out. Well, I just think the run game's going to play a bigger role.
Okay. So, but are you expecting any sort of jump from Pickett? A little bit of a jump, maybe not a leap, but
he'd better. If he doesn't improve this year, not that he was terrible last year, but he's got to improve if he wants to establish himself as a quality NFL quarterback.
Well, we can all agree too that the Steelers. We're talking about the playoffs for them.
I'm not going to complain about a good run game.
Of course not.
If our run game's good, that opens things up.
But the Steelers going, let's say even to the divisional round. He does need to take a step forward for sure. What you got last year from him, as good as the end of the season was, they're not a divisional playoff team without a leap.
I worry that we're going to see a lot of. Yeah, I worry we're going to see a lot of what we've seen from the Steelers. They have a pretty good regular season, solid defense, powerful run game, medium play at quarterback that comes back to haunt them in the playoffs. Okay. So for that reason, I think they're going to have a good season, but I'm off.
I got it. And one thing too that Pittsburgh, you guys, haven't you been in Kansas City your past 2 playoff games?
We were at Kansas City. We got mopped, and then I forget who before that. No, then we lost it.
You had the Browns game somewhere in there.
Lost at home to the Browns. That was the second to last.
So you didn't play Kansas City twice in the playoffs?
Twice,
okay.
No.
But winning the division is a possibility this year.
But that was the game at Kansas City with a 90-year-old
Big Ben
who just couldn't go toe-to-toe.
No chance.
Yeah, no chance.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? If you had won, you would have played in Kansas City this year, right?
If we had beaten Cleveland at home.
There was a scenario because they wound up being the one, and at the time it was you would have played them. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, it was just winning the division is just so important. Getting that first playoff game.
It's winnable. It really is. We split with the Bengals last year, beat them once on the road.
Yeah.
I think there's a world you can say we're better than the Browns and the Ravens. That's possible.
It's just going to come down to those final 3 games, I believe. As we talked about in the Steelers schedule breakdown video, which is also up on YouTube. Go ahead, Ziggy. Final thoughts here before we move on?
Yeah, the thing I'm most excited to see from Kenny Pickett this year, he didn't get a lot of experience last year, but going into this year, they are expecting him to be a quality starter and a big-time leader on the team. I'm really excited to see how he develops in his leadership and sort of running the offense and the kind of quarterback offensive coordinator synergy that Canada's always liked. I'm interested to see what happens there.
You know what? My final thought too, another minor thing that a lot of people probably wouldn't look at as a huge deal, but I do from a rookie, is the last game of the season, we're at home against a team that we're better than in Cleveland, a team we should beat, a must-win game. We needed to win, right? And the Jets needed to beat Miami, which they didn't do. But must-win game at home against a better team, and he gets the job done in a blowout fashion. And a lot of the time, rookie quarterback, you wonder, does he falter in that type of situation? He did not. He was awesome down that stretch.
And the 2 games before that, like we just said, 2 game-winning drives. So it was an impressive end to the season.
It was awesome to see. So for that reason, too, I'm very on board.
All right. There you go. Kenny Pickett.